Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw here at Virtuoso Travel Week. Once again, it's the last day. We're here once again at the Bellagio in Las Vegas, and I'm here with a familiar face, Dave Kulner, who's Executive Vice President of Virtuoso. And we've interviewed David quite a lot over the years, and we're going to do that again now to give you a sense of what's going on with Virtuoso and what the trends are. So you'll find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Now, David, first of all, great to see you as always. We see each other at all these events and elsewhere in the world. Let's talk about what the Virtuoso network is today. I mean, how big is the network and how many members do you have, both members and advisors, roughly, I know?
Yeah. So today the Virtuoso Network comprises over 20,000 travel advisors in 54 countries, maybe a few more at the moment, and about 2,300 preferred partners.
Yeah, and so and actually a good percentage of them these days are international, right?
Yeah, about 46-47% of our advisors are based outside of the United States. So we're definitely a very global organization these days.
Yeah, very much so. And you and I both remember when you're not quite that as global anymore. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the market now. And obviously we hopefully has emerged definitely from COVID, from the pandemic. What does the market for luxury travel look like? Are there more customers out there? Or is it growing? Is it? And I think you had stats to prove that it really is growing.
Yeah, I mean, we've been using the World Wealth Report from Credit Suisse to kind of track the growth of what we call the high net worth individual. Those are people that have $1 million or more in liquid assets, and they're anticipating about 16 million new high net worth consumers being created by wealth creation between 21 and 26. So that is really exciting because it's about a 34% growth, 1/3 of the market growing in new high net worths being created. And what's also exciting about this is the opportunity of new high net worths is happening in really every market around the world. Mm-hmm. Of course, there's a lot of wealth creation in China and of course the United States, but we see it in every country, Australia, New Zealand, Europe, Latin America, right, across Asia. So it's exciting for us because we believe that Virtuoso and Virtuoso advisors and member agencies have really an incredible value proposition for the high net worth traveler. And we're just excited to see such a great opportunity in such a high growth segment.
No, absolutely. And another stat you came across in your surveys of your members, it was how are your members, both suppliers and travel advisors, feeling about the business, about the market? How are they feeling about business prospects right now?
Yeah, we ask in a thing Virtuoso calls our Pulse survey. Right. We ask about every 6 months throughout all of time now. It seems like we've been asking this question. And we ranked at really the highest percentage we've had for member advisors, having the highest optimism in the 80s percentile. So they're really great. And the partner's just a little bit behind 79% optimistic. It's a record high, actually, for both of those audiences in terms of their optimism about how they're feeling about the future. And I think that is really reflected here at Virtuoso Travel Week and at the times that we're at in this particular industry.
No, it's great. I mean, I don't recall anything that high. And we haven't done the survey forever, but people feeling good about the profession of being a travel advisor, people feeling good about the business of selling travel, it's at an all-time high. And maybe right after the pandemic, there was a lot of revenge travel going on and things like that. And we've kind of leveled off a bit, but leveled off at a very high level, right?
Yeah, we actually still see growth. Looking into the fall and the festive season, we still see growth in the number of transactions, the ADR, the average spend for consumers. So for now, we're seeing a continued, maintenance of the spend that's out there, if not even a little bit of an increase.
No, that's great news. And another thing, you put in a reviews and recommendations function on Virtuoso.com, and you've been getting a lot of clients to review both their advisor and the experience they had with the partner. And what are the satisfaction rates for both usage of your travel advisors and usage of your preferred partners?
Yeah, it's a great question. Let me just take a hot second to explain the reviews and recommendations program because it's so unique. About 10 years ago, I'm sure in one of these interviews, James, we talked about it.
We have talked about it.
But what's cool...
We're going back and we're going to replay all the...
Do the time machine when we all were 10 years younger. But what's really cool about it is that we have an automated service. It's exclusive to Virtuoso and it's only verified verified traveler. So it's based on invoice travel. We send an automated email to the consumer 5 days after they return from their trip. And we now do it all around the world. So we do it in Australia, New Zealand, we do it in Latin America, US and Canada, and other markets. So it's been great to see more advisors using this tool that Virtuoso provides. And this particular survey has now been sent over 10 years to over 1 million travelers when they return from their trip.
They responded?
They're responding in record numbers as well, but way above average because they're dying to comment. We ask them 2 questions, James, when they get back. We try to keep it really simple. This is, everybody hates those long surveys. So this is really just 2 questions. Would you recommend the preferred partner that you use to a friend, or would you recommend the advisor to a friend? And I love the advisor question because it really distinguishes the trip from the service that the advisor is offering, and really asking the consumer who used the advisor, what did you think of the advising you got? Was that good? Would you recommend this advisor to a friend? Okay, so we have the
we have the numbers now. We've explained it now, and the numbers are.
The numbers are.
Pull it out of the envelope.
Let me pull it out. The exact number for our preferred partners with an amazing, would you recommend to a friend, 94.4%. That number has been very consistent, trending up slightly over time. And I mean, if you think about how many times would you say you recommend any of the services you use, 94.4% of the time about how our preferred partners are performing. So that is amazing and a testament to the service that they provide to Virtuoso clients. But more fascinating is actually the number of the reviews of the advisors themselves, and that number has been 99.1%. 99.1% of travelers recommend the services of their Virtuoso advisor to a friend. And I mean, over 99%, and after asking 1 million people, and the number has been consistent, going up even slightly since the pandemic, over 10 years. I just think it's such an incredible testament to the craft and the service and this elevation of the profession of travel advising that we at Virtuoso have been so lucky to work with our advisors around the world on elevating over the last 10 years or over the last 35 years of creating this profession.
No, and that's some amazing numbers, I mean, it really is. When you first put in reviews and recommendations, there was like, uh-oh.
I know. Like, how is this going to go?
How's this going to go? But it's going very well, right?
I think what's really exciting is that the clients love the service so much. They not only want to recommend, they're dying to fill out this survey, and I think that's
really... You made it easy with 2 questions.
It's with 2 questions, but still it requires effort, right? We all get asked to review the stuff that we did. I got a restaurant review for the restaurant I ate at last night, literally this morning. I didn't fill it out because I don't care that much about the restaurant. But to talk about your advisor, to see those completion rates and then the 99.1%, it's just really amazing.
That's off the charts.
Congratulations to all the Virtuoso advisors out there that are watching this. I just think it's a real testament to the kind of service and elevated quality that we have.
Well, I would agree. And speaking of those advisors, I think you sort of figured out what are kind of the Virtuoso benefits that your members, your agency members, your travel advisor members value the most. I know there's a lot that you do, lead generation, professional development, all the things. But from your surveys, what are the things that are really top of mind that they want the most from Virtuoso?
Yeah, this is a great question. So at Virtuoso, we call it membership access, which is what you get when you join the Virtuoso network, when you're invited to be a part of Virtuoso. What sort of benefits do you get? And you had a great list there, James. Well done. Lead generation.
I have a few more.
Lead generation, the inclusive marketing that you can receive around the world, whether that's digital, social, print, direct mail, all those things. And I think what's wonderful about the access benefits is that really an advisor or an agency can configure what they want to use of the core benefits. But one of the things we hear time and time again that is being the most valuable, and particularly from our new members that join us or new advisors that join and affiliate with the Virtuoso agency, it's the Virtuoso brand. It's the thing that they value the most.
It was created, 2000. And we all wondered at the time, and sadly I was there. Sadly, because it means I'm old. But that's
experience, James.
It was great to be there and sort of see this organization develop. But I remember there was a little trepidation about the Virtuoso brand.
What's going to happen? Is this going to be a good thing or not? And I think over time, as a shared brand that supports the brand of the host agency, of the advisor themselves, of their own independent contractor business, the brand really elevates. And I think it's just such a wonderful thing that agencies and advisors are recognized differently almost overnight from their affiliation with Virtuoso. The clients see the difference in their experience with our preferred partners when they book through a Virtuoso advisor. Our preferred partners are so proud to present that they're a Virtuoso affiliated company.
And it really is, the tagline really works now as a Virtuoso affiliate, a Virtuoso partner. And then a big part of it, though, I think, is this actual meeting and meetings like it.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask you, in terms of this, you had statistics about those who actively use your programs, and one of the big programs we're talking about are meetings and events.
Of course.
Talk a little bit about that, because this is one of the benefits that I think people really like the most. I mean, this kind of Virtuoso Travel Week, created a few years ago as kind of the fashion week of travel, and now it's become a reality. I mean, we had a few years of COVID here, but we're back strong. We're almost back. We're back to kind of what normal was. That's been, a benefit that every travel advisor I ask, they're complaining they have to go to all these meetings and they got to do this, and they're walking around and their feet hurt, but at the end of the day they come away with just so much more information and knowledge and so much more, many more connections that are useful in their business, right?
Totally. Well, events for sure are part of any advisor's professional development and ongoing learning about the industry. They're a big part of it. Not the only part. Of course, we have a huge professional development arm through the Virtuoso Academy and beyond. But events are a huge part. And what we did see, we've done some studies to actually track the sales of advisors.
Well, I was going to ask you about that, because then those who participate, what happens to them?
Yeah. So a couple stats. Advisors who attend any of our events around the world, even just one, sell 20% more than advisors who don't attend any events. So just one event attendance is already enough to kind of distinguish what's happening, all the way up to 60% more if you attend 6 or more events over the last 3 years. And then for this event, for Virtuoso Travel Week, if you've come to just one Virtuoso Week, you're likely to sell 40% more than your peers who didn't come to Virtuoso Travel Week. And if you actually come every year, James, if you're actually putting in the work and coming consistently over 3 years, you're selling 112% more than double your peers who don't come to Virtuoso Travel Week for every year. So it's a win-win for everybody to be here, but it's just a reminder about how important events and continuing professional development are about elevating the profession, keeping advisors connected with their favorites, but also learning, and we say at Virtuoso, what you don't know that you don't know, the people that you discover at these amazing events. So we're just really proud to see the efficiency and efficacy of attending a Virtuoso event.
Absolutely. So it isn't all about the gala and Club V, which is tonight's party that we all go to and have a great time. It's the end, sort of this release of having a week of more than, since Saturday, everybody's been here. It is a very, very, challenging event from, but it is stamina challenging. That's what I should clarify. Stamina challenging, because you got to walk a lot of places, you got to meet a lot of people, but in the end you come away fulfilled, and it's just a whole different experience. It really isn't an event quite like it in the business. Now, where do we stand today with we're completing now another Virtuoso Travel Week. I don't know what this is for me. It's upwards. It's getting up about 25 now. Where does Virtuoso stand today? What's the health of the network? And you've mentioned the prospects for growth.
Yeah, I mean, we continue to welcome preferred partners and member agencies around the world who are invited to join the Virtuoso network based on their qualifications. So as always, we remain an invitation-only network. And thank you to the many hundreds of hotels that are patiently waiting in our queue and working on their own luxury positioning to join. But I think the key thing is the number of advisors that are joining the Virtuoso network. So particularly in markets where home-based agents or independent contractors exist, we're really welcoming a record number of advisors affiliating to a Virtuoso agency. It's a huge differentiator for you as an advisor to have access to the Virtuoso network, and you can do that by finding a Virtuoso host agency. We recently updated our Become a Virtuoso website at virtuoso.com. So there is a short kind of questionnaire, a little video to watch to understand what it actually means to join a Virtuoso network. And then we also do a little matchmaking to help the advisor have a few host agencies, or also people want to still be a full-time employee. So if you're looking for that sort of connection and finding the right agency, we can also help connect you to the right Virtuoso agency. So we're really excited about that, and that service works around the world, everywhere where Virtuoso member agencies exist.
Fantastic. Well, David, great to see you as always here at Virtuoso Travel Week, and I see you a few other times during the year. And if you come to Virtuoso Travel Week, you get a chance to hear his performances on some of the meetings. And believe me, Vegas comedians can't do much better. I tell you that he has a few good jokes there, and he really lightens up the mood, and it's really fun to watch you up there.
Thank you, James.
Yeah. So, any jokes?
No, I got really nothing here. It's the end of the week.
It is the end of the week, and you'll be up there tonight on the gala. I know that you'll probably be doing some presentations and things like that. But
we're really excited. We have so many amazing awards, and tonight is such a wonderful end to the Virtuoso Travel Week because we're really, honoring the people in the network for their achievements over the last year.
Well, we're looking forward to tonight. Again, David, thank you very much. I'm James Shillinglaw. Last day of the Virtuoso Travel Week here at the Bellagio in Las Vegas. And this is Insider Travel Report.